All right, today we're diving into something pretty amazing. We're looking at how artificial intelligence is completely flipping the script on one of the oldest things humans do, building. I mean, the whole definition of a building is changing right now as we speak.
But just think about that for a second. What if the buildings all around us, the places we work and live, weren't just these passive shells of concrete and steel? What if they could actually think, adapt, and work with us?
Because that's exactly where we're headed. We're right at the start of this incredible shift, moving away from these, inert structures to creating truly intelligent, active environments. And the engine behind all of it? It's AI.
Now, this whole revolution, it doesn't kick off on a construction site with a crane or a bulldozer. Nope. It starts way, way earlier. It starts in the digital world, with a totally new kind of blueprint.
It all begins right here, in the design phase. And this is probably where AI makes its single biggest, most foundational impact on a building's entire life. So what are we even talking about with AI-powered design? Well, think of it like having an incredibly brilliant design partner. This AI can juggle a mind-boggling number of factors all at the same time. We're talking everything from local building codes, to material costs, to environmental impact. And its job is to spit out the absolute best, most efficient plans possible. It's all about making smarter choices before you even think about laying a single brick.
And this is where you can really see the difference. Okay, take HVAC, your heating and cooling. Traditionally, engineers would just use standard, one-size-fits-most models. But in AI, it can run thousands of simulations to design a system that's perfectly tuned for that exact building, which can mean massive energy savings later. And you see that same leap everywhere else. Material choices aren't just based on an engineer's gut feeling anymore, they're driven by hard data. And those vague energy estimates, they become super precise, reliable predictions.
Okay, so once that super intelligent plan is locked and loaded, AI's job changes. It moves from the digital drawing board out onto the actual physical construction site. And its new goal is to make the whole building process way more efficient and a lot safer.
This is where AI basically becomes the ultimate project manager. It digs into historical data to create these incredibly detailed work schedules. But here's the cool part. It can simulate the future. It can ask, okay, what happens if it rains for a week straight? Or what if a key shipment gets delayed? It models those scenarios. And it can even predict the project's ripple effects, like its impact on local traffic. It lets the team see problems coming and solve them before they even happen.
But AI's job on site isn't just planning, it's also becoming the project's eyes and ears, giving us a level of quality control that was honestly just impossible before. So, picture this. You have drones zipping around the site, scanning everything, especially those really dangerous or hard-to-reach spots, like a skyscraper's facade or complex structural beams. The images they capture get fed directly to an AI. That AI uses image recognition to spot tiny little flaws or mistakes that a human eye might completely miss. And then, using GPS, it tells the crew the exact location of the problem. It's this amazing feedback loop that leads to faster, more precise fixes, which makes the whole project safer and the final product so much better.
Which brings us to the last phase. And this is where things get really futuristic. The construction is finished, the building is ready. This is the moment the building, well, it comes alive.
This right here is the big payoff for all that smart design and construction. The building is now loaded with Internet of Things sensors, constantly measuring temperature, light, how many people are in a room, and all that data feeds back to a central AI brain. The building literally starts to think for itself. It automatically fine-tunes its own energy use, adjusting the lights and the heat based on who's there and what's happening outside. It stops being just a place, and it becomes a true partner.
And the results of this constant self-improvement are huge. This auto-refining process delivers on 4 key promises. You get way lower energy bills, a much smaller environmental footprint, it's way more comfortable for the people inside, and overall, it needs less maintenance. It's this perfect cycle where efficiency, sustainability, and the human experience all get better at the same time.
So let's just pull back for a second. When you put all of these pieces together, from that first digital design all the way to the building's daily operation, what you're seeing is a technology that is fundamentally changing our world for the better.
When it comes down to it, the promise of AI in construction is nothing short of a complete shift in how we relate to the world we build. We get stronger, more durable buildings. We get huge cuts in the cost to run and maintain them. And we get a much, much lighter environmental footprint for our cities. And when you add all that up, the potential for economic and social good is just enormous. We're not just building smarter buildings. We're literally designing more resilient, more efficient, and more livable communities from the ground up.
And that really leaves us with this one fascinating final question.
As our buildings stop being passive objects and start becoming these intelligent partners, what does that make possible? What will we, humans, decide to build next together with our newly intelligent environment? Thanks for tuning into this explainer.